everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Goonies World. I am Johnny Farrow, also known as Sean. And with me, as always, is Meanie, also known as Ryan.
Good afternoon.
And Goonie, also known as Colin.
What's up?
And once again, the good Dr. H, also known as Zach.
Hello, everyone.
And we're continuing with our Shadow of the Demon Lord campaign. And we were just discussing that none of our characters who we started our Demon Lord games with long ago are still with us. We're all on character number 2 at this point, I believe.
Yes.
And I would like to add that if someone is just starting this, which I think they could since we're about to start a new adventure, so we might want to reintroduce. Well, I'll be introducing my character anyways because he is brand new.
Well, I'll introduce my guy real quick then. And that's, hey, I'm Dirk Buckleheight, and I'm very roguish, and I'm very nimble. I don't look nimble. I got this spare tire around the middle, and I got these little too tight leggings that I'm wearing, and I know I might look ridiculous, but I tell you, I got to wear counts. I'm not going to say what I used to do for a living a long time ago. That's another life, but, I use my nimbleness and my dexterity to my advantage, and don't bother me, because I just lost a good friend of mine, even though he was the clockwork, and so that's it. So, yeah, I'm Dirk Buckleheight, a little rogue who resembles Danny DeVito.
But he's not a dwarf.
No.
But speaking of dwarfs, T-Gunn Stormstone, pleased to meet you. Very, very noble, honor-bound dwarf, worker of magic and the arcane ways. I used to be quite different, and then I might have made some poor decisions on my calorie intake that turned me into a quite different looking dwarf, but even my compatriots as I come into this adventure might recognize that I'm dressed a little differently than I used to be, with my got some darker clothes, maybe a muscle t-shirt on. I have a unbelievably magnificent belly that I will flash that now has a large T-Gunn tattoo across it. I too am in mourning of my dear clockwork friend, but look forward to solving the mystery and saving the world from the Demon Lord.
All right.
And, well, I guess last episode, there was an NPC named Randolfus, who is now going to be a PC.
Indeed.
And he was the Inquisitor.
That's correct. And I don't think I described him physically to you in the last episode. But he's probably in his 40s, and he's got kind of a receding, graying hairline, short cut hair, but he's very. I say very, but I mean for a priest, he's kept himself in pretty good shape, and he's got a big bushy beard, also graying, and generally walks around in the black robes of the Church of the New God, and he is also known to wear the skull mask.
Oh yeah,
of the Inquisitors
when he's on official business.
When he is on official business, indeed. And you
like a skull mask, as in the like the bad guy from Willow kind of skull mask, or like
that's what I was
picturing. Okay. Or it's either that or a faceplate with the Misfits logo on it.
So speaking of official business, however, you are on the road. Well, it's not really a road. It's more like a rutted caravan trail that runs east and west, out of crossings, or east out of crossings, towards in a small village called Carbuncle, where you have been, Randolphus, sort of dispatched to take a look at, some rumors of potentially sort of suspicious, possibly occultic activity going on in the area. And they don't have, they don't have a lot of details, but they wanted you to investigate. And with your new friends, that seemed like a good plan.
Yes, these people killed the demon, so I think I am in good company.
Yeah, and speaking of which, I did already remind you not to open up that box with the light and all that thing anymore, right?
Oh yes, I know there's great evil inside.
All right, good.
It must be destroyed, I think.
Well, I just want to make sure we're all clear on that, you know.
Well, I'm actually assuming that in the intervening weeks since the adventure, that thing probably was destroyed.
Okay, yeah, I probably wasn't carrying it with me this whole time.
Good. All right.
And you approach it takes you a good amount of time, and it's sort of getting into late afternoon as you approach this cluster of sort of ramshackle buildings, the largest of which appears to have a sign on it to possibly be some sort of public house or tavern or inn.
Well, I tell you, all that traveling gave me a bit of a dry throat, fellas. What do you say we stop in there and look right? Yeah, you start inquisiting people, you know.
That's right. Let's get in there.
Yeah, nail them up. Do whatever you got to do.
Oh yes, I have many means.
All right, so you are, I believe, approaching this sort of public house looking building, and there's a sign above the door that says "The Stump," and you walk in, and it's pretty empty. Besides there's literally nobody in here. Maybe a little early for regulars to come in, but there is a man standing behind the bar, and immediately upon looking at him, you can see like his eyes aren't, like, one of them is higher than it should be and the other one is lower than it should be. It's a little
very suspicious.
But he says,
well, welcome to the Stump. Would you like a drink or something?
Yeah. Hook me up there, buddy.
well, he pours you guys some ales.
You look like an Inquisitor.
I am.
Did you want an ale as well?
No, I'm on the job.
Oh,
I'll take his.
Oh, two for the dwarf then. Very well.
Let me look upon your face some. Very peculiar look.
Well, I've just got what the gods gave me.
I used to date a girl named Musalon. She had a similar look.
But speaking of gods, which gods are you referring to that gave you that look?
Oh, well, the new gods, we just a little bit of touched a bit by the gods,
I see.
You know how it goes.
I see. But speaking of mutations, I'm assuming that that T-Gunn is not brandishing his tentacle arm. I would say he has it probably tucked in his shirt or something, because an Inquisitor
Probably
traveling.
wouldn't look too kindly upon someone who's been changed in such a way. He would probably. I hadn't even thought about what kind of story would come up for that, but
Yeah, I mean, you might have just lost your arm somewhere. But you can't really change your skin color.
Can't remember where.
no, I definitely am a shade of silver. So
Yeah, his father was a clockwork,
Yes, I can't help but notice your silvery skin.
It's a special breed of dwarf.
I was maybe suspecting that, as I don't know a lot about dwarves.
We come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. We're very, equal rights kind of a race. It's a good time.
I see.
They're very chromatic people.
Yeah.
Yo, you never heard of the Silver Dwarfs?
I can't say that I have.
Yeah, well.
So, you're in town to do some inquisiting then?
Yeah, so we've heard some rumors about some very suspicious activities occurring. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Well, it's the weirdest thing. Every full moon lately, this weird tower has appeared.
Just out of nowhere?
Yeah, it just appears out of nothing.
Does it always appear in the same place, this phantom tower, or does it come and go in different places?
Same place, yeah.
Well, don't suppose there's a full moon anytime soon, is there?
Well, just so happens one's coming up in tomorrow?
Oh, of course, I guess that's why they picked now to send you, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. That's why you're the Inquisitor and I'm the hired help. All right.
They have been tracking the moon very carefully. So we must stay until tomorrow night at least to investigate this tower.
Yeah, well, that's probably a smart idea. You might also take a look at the Bitter Heath. It's a field just north of the village. It's very off-putting. Something about it.
What did you say it was called?
The Bitter Heath.
What you say off-putting? What does that mean?
I'm not sure. It's just something not right about it.
You sense some sort of evil presence or essence of some kind? Maybe it's
sort of just a general unease, and it does seems to do strange things to sound as well.
Definitely some wicked magic occurring.
So you got a phantom tower and a field that messes with sound up here in this little village, huh? And you've got quite an odd appearance on you as well. Any sort of strange folks other than yourself live here? You guys got a mayor, a church? What's the lay of the land up here?
I am the Inquisitor.
I'm sorry, I was just trying to help.
You don't know what you're talking about.
My apologies.
I will ask the questions. Now, you tell me, is there any strange-looking people roaming about this land other than yourself?
Well, everyone in Carbuncle's been touched. We're all special.
Oh.
We don't think nothing of it, you see.
And just as he says that, this really old-looking lady, probably 70s, 80s, something like that, walks in. But she's got 3 arms.
Oh dear!
Whoa!
And he says,
"Oh, Hilda, I'll get you the regular."
and she sits down.
This is very unsettling.
Brings her 3 mugs of ale, which she grabs one in each hand.
Octopus style. I can respect that.
I believe that these folk are touched not by the new god, but by the unspeakable one. The one whose shadow looms ever closer.
Yeah, well, don't speak of it.
No. I'm afraid it's necessary. We might have to purify this whole place.
Hey, it ain't their fault, right? Maybe we just... you ain't saying we go around, create big bonfires, right? We ain't talking that kind of thing, are we?
Well, after some investigation, we will see what is the source of this this monstrosity and this abomination.
Tell you what it is. It's got to be that tower.
I also think it's maybe we shouldn't just throw around terms like monstrosities. Sometimes good people just end up with weird mutations and changes,
In my experience, there's some sort of desire inside this a sinful mind that wants to acquire these gross mutations, and there is a wickedness all about everywhere you turn.
We could agree on the wickedness part, yes, and we should get to the bottom of the wickedness around here for sure.
Yeah, so when you say what night is this moon coming up there?
Well, the actual you're talking to me then.
Well, whoever, the full moon. What night is that again, fellas?
The full moon is tomorrow.
Oh, all right. So what does that do around here till tomorrow, eh?
I say we investigate this field.
Yeah, is that the same? It's a field where the tower appears, right? Did I get that?
No. It's separate.
All
separate
right.
thing.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let's go check it out. We got plenty of time. My whistle's been wetted.
And what time of day is it right now? Is it evening?
I mean, it's late-ish afternoon. It'll be getting on into evening shortly.
Well, I think if we go right now, we should, unless it's Bitter Heath is many miles away, I think we should go investigate it while there's still light.
Yeah, I agree.
All right,
Might think about talking to some other folks too when we get back and see what they might know about it.
Yes, I will do the talking.
How large is this village? 10 buildings, 20 buildings, 50 buildings?
I mean, I don't know an exact number,
right.
unless you just count them. But other than this pub, I mean, there's 4 or 5 houses kind of clustered around it, and that's basically it.
So, all right, 10 to 20 people-ish kind of deal. Probably not like a government and like a sheriff or what, kind of a deal, right?
No. And in fact, it's fairly apparent to you, having spent time inside the pub, that it's also used for government. I mean, there's not
right.
The
It's like a town hall.
Yeah, like a town hall, basically.
Is there a mayor or something of that ilk?
No.
Okay.
Everybody just gets together and argues.
So they need leadership.
So I sounded like you guys were going to go investigate the Bitter Heath, which does not take long to get to. It's just and you recognize it as for what it is almost immediately.
That's bitter.
By which I mean you just, it's this field just north of the cluster of houses, and when you get there, I mean it's all just weeds and brambles. I mean, the countryside's not lush with verdant fields of grass anywhere really, but here it's even gnarlier and nastier than normal. And speckled sort of throughout this field of weeds are these fleshy white flowers that sprout from these thorny vines. And
how big? Like normal flower size, or like sunflower, or
normal flower size.
Okay.
Like rose or something similar.
Sure.
And make a perception checks.
Seven.
And we want to get over it, right?
10 or better, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, Yes, I got 16.
Yeah, I got a 17.
So, you guys kind of think, Randolfus and Dirk kind of think you see a ghost-like apparition float past your field of vision, but it just lasts just a second, and then it's gone. But you're pretty sure you saw something.
We fairly close to dusk at this point, mid to late afternoon, or
It's getting close.
okay, but still daytime.
Yeah, sun's not gone down yet.
And I'm still enamored by the flowers. So
Yeah, you're like,
They're so pretty.
Yeah.
I could really make a bouquet with this and take them home. And maybe I could eat them. I don't know.
I don't know. They're a
I
little,
wouldn't do that if I were
little too
you.
fleshy looking for me.
well, and you notice, first of all, the air here is distinctly colder than the air just, 30 feet away. And as you talk to each other just then, it sounds like it's fucking really far away. Speak up, I can't hear you guys.
I said this land is tainted.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah.
Don't smell those flowers.
Where do you think all
Wow.
the cold's coming from? That's weird. Is it from the flowers, or I don't know.
There's a cold fog or a evil spirit. You did not see it, but I
The
saw
what? Evil what?
a spirit cross over the field.
Ooh.
Well, can't you?
Are we close to any of these flowers?
Yeah, you could grab one, pick it if you wanted to.
I would like to maybe poke it with the staff first, just to make sure it's not a dwarf-eating flower. And then, yes, at that point, probably pick one.
Yeah, you
Further study.
You poke it, and it just seems like a normal flower. And so you pick it, and now you have a fleshy white flower.
Okay.
I want to examine the soil, but I'm going to not touch it. I'm going to use my staff to just kind of mess up some of the dirt, just see what it looks like.
Well, aside from being a little bit unusually sort of dry and sandy, it doesn't seem unusual particularly.
Okay.
Any other features within this field? Any huts or weird out of place shrubs or trees or anything of that nature?
No, it just seems like a weird, anomalous area.
Yes. Cursed land, I think.
What do you
Well,
think?
we going in, or are we going back to town?
I don't know. I wander around for a little bit. Maybe we can find out something. See what cursed this place. I don't know. What do you think, Inquisitor?
Well, I think if we perhaps stay until nightfall, that's ghostly apparition might show itself.
Yeah, you can exorcise it, right?
Yes, I can.
Good.
Of course.
Good.
And point of correction, I completely misread this. When the tower appears, it does in fact appear in the middle of the Bitter Heath.
Well, all right.
My bad. My major error.
Yeah, it wasn't your fault. It was that cockeyed fella behind the bar.
Yeah, he's got to get his facts straight.
Yeah.
Might want to have to go rough him up a little. I don't know.
His depth perception's all screwed up, and he thought it was a different field.
Well, we could help him out. We could knock a little sense into him, maybe straighten those eyes out. Get him right back on the same plane.
So we want to wait, or do we want to go back to town?
Let's wait for dark. Anyway, it won't be that long.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can see in the dark.
Well, you wait until dark here in the field, and there's. I'm just going to give a 2 and 6 chance to each of you that you will again, or for the first time in the case of T-Gunn, experience these sort of ghostly apparitions during your wait.
2 and 6 chance?
Yes.
Shit! I got a 1.
You once again.
I got a 2.
4.
Whoa, there, you see it now? Hey.
Oh yeah, that one. Whoa.
Yeah.
What does the apparition look like?
It doesn't
Male,
even have.
female?
It doesn't even have like a form. Really? Well, it looks vaguely elfish for a second.
Of course.
Yeah, that's all we need.
And then, as darkness falls and the moon begins rising in the sky, this tower begins sort of materializing.
Oh,
They said that comes on like the day of the new moon or a few days like kind of around the new moon or full moon.
So and
As in, if we don't go tonight, are we screwed for a month?
no. In fact, it doesn't look like you can go tonight because it never fully becomes corporeal. It's just sort of translucent, shimmering, sort of opalescent stone that you can't touch or you know what I mean?
I see this tower, but yes, I think tomorrow night it will be fully there. Now it's only just as much as a apparition as that spirit.
That would stand to reason that maybe these apparition spirits that we see flying around, maybe they follow the same rules. We should be prepared for that.
Yes. Yeah. I would still like to try to expel this ghost if I can. Do I see it? I didn't roll. I don't think I rolled the right.
Oh,
number.
the apparition earlier, but well, that was obviously before during your wait for darkness, and you didn't see it again. No, but it was clear that Dirk and T-Gunn did see something.
Now, which way did you say this?
Right over there.
Okay, I'm gonna look in that direction really hard.
May I make a perception roll?
15.
Yeah, you kind of see it flit past that general direction.
I see it.
But again, it's just fleeting and it's gone almost as soon as you see it.
Show yourself, apparition.
Yes. No, he's
Doesn't
not
seem
listening.
You said it was elf? Anybody speak elf? I don't.
Shit, what do you think of me? No, of course not.
I don't know what your proper, younger education was like, maybe.
No, I speak common, and that is all.
I mean, we could just wait for it to... So you say it keeps like blinking in, right? Appearing and then disappearing kind of a deal? Or at least it has so far.
No. Once it appeared, it stayed, but it's not. It just hasn't fully appeared yet. And you can just see. You can see it, but you can see through it.
Yeah, same spot or different spots?
Same spot. It's there, just kind of in the middle of the bitter heath.
I think we will have to come back. I don't think it's going to appear long enough for us to do any real damage to it.
Yeah, we might be able to talk to some of the other people in town and get some more info too.
Yeah, sounds all right to me. All right, you fellas, lead the way. This feels starting to freak me out a little bit.
So you guys go back to the stump then, or?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well,
Well, I mean,
Well, yes, maybe there'll be more patrons there.
that's
that
really
we
the
can
only public place
question.
anyway, isn't it?
I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, so you go back and you're greeted by the same guy with his
What's up, Popeye?
strange eyes.
Well, I guess, welcome back.
And you see that the old lady is still there sipping her 3 beers and has been joined by several other people, locals probably. One really, really tall and muscular looking guy in particular, you notice, has like 6 fingers on each hand. And then there's a hunchbacked younger woman.
What'd you say the name of this town was again?
Carbuncle.
Carbuncle.
Oh, where to start?
You're like a kid
Freak show.
You're like a kid in a candy store here.
Yes, the torture techniques I could use. So many. But, let's see. We'll start with this, 3-armed abomination first. I'll just walk up to her.
Hello, young man.
Yes, hello. So, 3 arms, is it?
Yes, been this way all my life.
Oh, yes. So you were born this way, huh? You didn't acquire it through unnatural means?
No, I was just born this way. We're all touched in special ways here.
Is there a history of inbreeding?
Well,
That
we
you
are a
know
very
of.
small town, young man.
Yes. I have heard of such features coming from very small groups intermingling.
Well, we do our best to avoid it, you see. But sometimes things happen, and maybe a cousin.
You know, when it gets cold and
Well, okay, I don't.
Hey, lady, you know anything about that ghost tower?
No, it's begun coming once a month, it seems. Yes.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you know.
you never been there? You ever seen it?
Well, I've seen it every month now for a while.
Is there anybody?
Has anybody tried to enter this tower?
Oh, I certainly wouldn't. I don't know. I'm unaware of anyone else who has tried.
You don't hear it calling for you at night, whispering in your ears?
The only thing that calls for me at night is my warm bed.
You
And your cousin?
Well, how do you think the bed got warm? How about some of them weird naturey folk ghost things that fly around out there around the tower? Surely you've heard or seen of them.
I've heard rumors, but I stay away. I don't want to go near it. The place seems cursed.
Yeah, well, that's for sure.
What's your trade?
I'm too old to have a trade, but I was a seamstress in my younger days.
Bet you were very good.
Yes, I could sew faster than anybody.
Yeah, you could come in real handy. In fact, in my first line of work, I could see where you would have come in really handy as well, but that's another story.
Extra handy.
That's right. Yeah.
Who did you sew for?
I was an independent contractor.
Sewing for evil.
I was sowing the seeds of evil.
Yes.
Well, you've cracked her. She's just pleaded guilty to witchcraft. Let's get her.
Yes.
There we go. We got her.
I don't take kindly to jesting, You have to be ultra serious when you're around me. I don't understand humor.
Oh,
I'm assuming you are using humor.
Yes, I was just making a joke, young man.
Okay, well, none of that. I'll keep my eye on you. And, I'm gonna go,
You don't mean literally like Herbert. He can pop his eyes out.
yeah. No, not like him. I will glance back your way just to make sure you're not up to anything.
Well, I'm not up to no good. I'm not up. Double negatives confuse me.
Yes, well, I'm quite confused as well, but I will get to the bottom of this. So I think, let's see, let's go to that muscular, six-fingered man.
Hello? Can I help you?
Well, I don't know. How can you help us?
Well, you look like you're probably an inquisitor.
Very good, very astute.
I
am also very astute.
I don't have nothing that needs to be inquisited.
I can count 6 reasons why you need to be inquisited.
Well, I was born this way.
Yeah, he's touched just like everybody else here, right?
So, this is very unsettling. And why I would like to know the history of this little village, to know why everyone is touched here.
Well, if you ask me, it's probably got something to do with that tower out there.
Yes, well, how long has this tower been appearing? Has it been since you were born?
No, it's only recent, but, I mean, it's not, it seems, well, I mean, the field's always been there, you see? So, and it's always been cursed.
I see.
I think the tower was there, you just couldn't see it.
You said cursed. What do you mean by cursed?
I mean, nothing seems to grow right there. And you occasionally see spirits floating about and stuff.
I don't know. We were out there, and these things seem to grow there just fine. I'll pull out the flower.
I'm not sure that's a wholesome type of flower.
Yeah, I know. His petal kind of looks like an earlobe, doesn't it? It's grossing me out.
How long have these been growing out there?
As long as I can remember.
Before the tower?
Before the tower appeared, but like I said, I'm suspicious that it's been there. We just couldn't see it.
You are very muscular. How did you get so much muscles?
Well, I worked very hard. I'm a laborer, you see.
Laboring for evil?
No, you know, I just carry heavy loads, got swole, all that.
Yeah, you are pretty swole.
Yes.
What you labor? This is not a town that seems to need a whole lot of labor here or other places in the forest.
Well, I did move to Crossings for a while and helped build some houses and stuff, but then my mum got sick and I had to come back.
Oh, what happened to your mom?
Well, she's old, you see. I think it's just, you know, she just needed somebody to help take care of things and help take care of her.
How many fingers does she have? Did she have? Does she? Did she? I don't want to presume.
Oh, she's still with us. Gods be blessed. But you know, she is getting old, and she has a normal set of fingers, I'm afraid.
Is she from town? From here?
Yes. Yes. She has 47 tits.
Sorry.
You've counted every single one of your mother's tits?
Suckled them all.
That's where he got all the nutrition, so he could get so swole.
So I just
Burn this whole place down. Well, I think we've learned all we can from this freak.
That's not nice.
He says and starts to cry.
Where's your mum now?
I was just at home, I imagine.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we'll pay a visit.
Well, you are an Inquisitor, you know. It's the house two houses down from here. If you really must.
You mean the last house on the left down there?
Yes, off of Garden Veg or whatever.
Yes, of Garden Veg. Yeah.
All right.
If anybody out there gets that Garden Veg reference, I will send you a present.
What other? There was Hunchback.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not go bother her for a while, you know? Maybe she's had carnal knowledge, you know, with the demon lord there.
Yes. Hello, young lady.
Ooh, hello.
Why? What are you looking at down there?
Oh,
Seem hunched over.
I've got a bit of a hunchback. You see, I'm born with it.
A bit. Sorry.
You were born with that. It's not just bad posture.
No, I'm afraid not. Well, I also don't think so. My mum says I was born with it.
I think I could. We have something called the rack. We can lay you on and stretch you out. I think that would take care of your spinal malformity.
Well, that sounds dreadful. You sound dreadful.
I gotta be honest, he's a friend of mine, but he is a little dreadful. I gotta be honest with you.
How many times have you entered the tower?
Oh, I don't go near there. Seems cursed. I've heard rumors that there's ghosts and things.
We've seen a couple of those, yeah.
Not rumors at all.
Is your mom from here?
Yes.
This dwarf.
Is it your mom too? I guess. Yeah.
The motherfucker.
There's a conspiracy of mothers in this village, I'll tell you that.
How old are you?
Oh, I'm 26.
You've been here all your life? You travel much? Or?
No, not yet. I'd like to move to Crossing someday.
Well, that's where we're from.
Make it big, you know.
Yo, I moved to Crossings. Yeah, in fact, in my old line of work, I used to specialize in helping ladies like you, you know, and there's plenty of fellas like me who are still into that. So, yeah, it's a good place.
You did what now?
Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's a long story.
Long and hard.
Yeah. That was mostly finger work, but, you know.
What? Oh, never mind. I was going to have the six-fingered guy.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Did somebody say finger work?
This is life's calling finally coming true. All right. Well,
Don't you have any very important questions you need to ask? You lack the training, but I am amused by your questions.
no, not of a hunchback. I might have some more fingers for that three-armed woman over there, though. But probably need to get a few more in us before we go down that road. It's not what I meant at all, but
Who'd want to go up in that musty old claptrap?
Ding!
Oh, the cat.
Why don't you ask this woman how many tits she has?
I bet you it's 47.
Since you enjoy
woman?
asking. Yes.
You can see very clearly that she has a normal set of breasts.
Was it tight clothing?
Well, I mean, not like super tight, but I mean, it's
Yeah.
So we seem to be getting the same set of information from people at this point. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the people here know a whole hell of a lot, you know. Maybe we just bide our time until tomorrow night. Find out everything we need to know. Unless they, maybe we spend the night here. If they're creeping around in the middle of the night, maybe we'll find that out too.
we get the sense they're being honest.
Yeah, I do too. But, I am not an inquisitor, so.
Well, and I think probably...
Of course you're not. Your opinions don't matter in this matter.
Well, I seem to remember reading in the Book of the New Gods that they did matter, right? That's why I follow the Church of the New God. It's the only reason I'm hanging out with you.
Have you been praying lately?
All the time. I do it all the time. I just don't like bothering people with it. Keep it to myself. Don't rub it in people's faces,
Well, I'd like to hear it tonight before we retire.
Yeah, I'll say it a bedtime.
I want to make
no problem. I'll be on it.
Yes.
I'll be on it.
I want to make sure you all say your prayers.
Of course. I wouldn't think of skipping him.
Yes.
Tegan, I think this guy's a little bit nuts. Just telling you, between you and me.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I miss Rusty really bad.
Yeah, he's not gonna like when he finds out about my arm.
No, he's not.
And etc.
Yeah, etc., etc.
Well, just one etc. But
all right. Well,
is there any way that I could get conversation with the three-armed woman without being in the company of the Inquisitor?
That's up to the Inquisitor, I suppose.
He's right up in your face right now.
So go there.
I can hear your thoughts.
Voodoo god stuff, whatever. Dirk, you think you could get this guy out of here for a little bit?
Hey, Padre, come over here, will you, for a minute? Let me buy you a drink. It's been a long day.
You want to confess your sins?
Yeah, I do. I it's gonna take a while. All right, come back here. We're gonna start with I guess you probably start when I was about 11 years old, and then I'll let that conversation. But I'm gonna try to lead him over to the bar, and get some drinks and confess my sins, and I'll make sure that they're everything he secretly wants to hear. You know what I mean? I'll make him as lurid as possible. I'll even make some shit up. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's probably sufficient to distract him for at least a bit.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I would like T-Gunn would then go over to our three-armed old lady seamstress, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Can I get you another round?
Well, sure, young man.
So I'll take my one actual arm out and flag down the what was the bartender's name again?
I don't think you ever asked, but it is Orville.
Orville, yeah. Barkeep, 4 more over here, 3 for her, 1. Actually, bring over 5 more.
All right, well, he does that.
Yeah, it's like, you ought to do a cheers, a toast, a dwarven skull. I don't know what that would be, but, it's like, you have to apologize. I'll apologize for my friend over there. He's very focused on, certain things, which is for the good of the world and all, but a bit much at times,
Yes, well, I've seen Inquisitors in my day.
I tell you, it feels risky for me to travel with them,
Is that so?
Well, I don't like to flaunt this around very much, but T-Gunn will kind of take a little bit of a look around, make sure that his body is positioned such a way that is shielded, that his arm tentacle is shielded from the Inquisitor's view, and probably kind of lift up maybe his sleeve or whatever, and just be like, I kind of have one of these things, like some of you guys got one of these things, or many of these things. And he'll take out, he'll two-fist the drinks at this point, and take a drink with his ale in one hand and ale in one tentacle, and throw those back.
Well, she kind of looks surprised.
Yeah, I don't like to flaunt it around. I wanted to let you know I sympathize with kind of what's going on here in this town and your people. I'm curious, really curious how it's happening.
Well, I don't know. It's always been this way, as long back as I can remember, and I've been around a long time.
Yeah, is it everybody that comes out has something like this? Have there ever been people that don't?
No, not that I can remember. Every single person has some special gift from the gods.
Weird. You guys got a holy man or a priest or something around here?
No, I don't think. I don't think we'd want one if they're like your friend.
Well, he's a special breed, you know. I mean, it's a good cop, bad cop kind of thing. So, anybody else here in town been around longer than you?
Oh, I don't think so. I've been here all my life. I think I'm the oldest since Herbert died.
Herbert was her husband, or who was Herbert again? I remember that name.
Yeah, she's mentioned him once. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's her, I guess. I mean, it's just the
Just making it.
the right. So, but yeah, she probably.
Herbert, is that your husband?
Yes, he was. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear of your loss. Was it recent?
Well, it's been a few years now.
May I ask how he passed?
In his sleep, just woke up one morning and he was gone.
Was he also from here? Did he also have a gift?
Oh yes.
What was his gift?
Yeah.
37 dicks.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Like, oh, well, now that you mention it, if there's a back room or something, we got a lot of common.
He had 14 balls.
Oh.
We had so many children.
I mean, that seems appropriate for Demon Lord. I'm keeping it in.
There you go. Whoa, that's wow. Okay. All right. Well, good for him and you and the future of Carbuncle, I suppose. Are any of your kids still around?
Well, if by around you mean alive, yes, but they've all moved on. Most of them do, you know.
Any get down to crossings?
Oh yes, I think Herbert Jr.
Hey, I know that guy. Yeah.
Well, we're from Crossing, so I might check him out at some point. But all right. Well, I just I wanted to kind of apologize for my friend there and let you know that he's not gonna put anybody on a rack or an Iron Maiden or anything like that while we're here.
Well, I certainly hope not.
And if you know anything else about this, the fields or the tower or anything that you might have been a little reluctant to share before, I'm your friend.
Well, I don't really know anything about it. I just try to stay away from it. I suspect it's.
Decision.
Yes, I suspect it's ancient and been around many, many, many years.
Odd that it keeps going and coming and coming and going all the time, though, huh?
Well, it never used to.
Oh, you mean how long has it been doing that?
Oh, just been about 6-8 months, I guess.
Anything else fun or extraordinary happened around here 6 or 8 months ago?
Not that I know of.
How about these? About the same time these flowers started popping up.
Oh, those unwholesome flowers. Oh, yes. Well, no, I think those have been in the field for as long as I can remember, or at least I've heard. I don't go there. You see, of course.
You guys never do much with them. Just kind of stay away.
Yes, I was always told to stay away.
Well, I can respect that. And it's a very wise decision. That's how you've lived so many years here, and how you stay so good with your craft. I'm sure after all this time. If I ever need a robe really fast, maybe I'll come back and. throw you some copper and we can make that happen. But I've taken too much of your time tonight, ma'am. I appreciate it. I just wanted to let you know that we're not bad guys here. We're just traveling through, hoping to help, and hopefully we'll be able to take care of all this weirdness for you.
Oh well, that would be wonderful. I wouldn't suggest messing with that tower, but Inquisitor's gonna inquisit.
That's what they do. And then kind of maybe give her a proper noble-esque dwarf bow or whatever as I step away, and then try to segue myself back into whatever conversation is going over.
So then when I was 14, I went to stay with my auntie Jingo for 4 months, and boy, I tell you what, that's going to take, we're going to have to be continued, because...
Oh man, you guys have only gone 3 years so far.
Yeah, that was the best 14 months of my life, or 4 months of my life, so, anyway, yeah.
I think I'm going to vomit.
Well,
You are very short and sinful man.
Well, not anymore. I'm on a straight and narrow now. Just straight and narrow, right with you, Padre.
I hope so.
Oh, yeah.
I hope you're atoning for your misdeeds.
Oh, yeah, I'm atoning all the time. I spend all day atoning.
Is that true?
Yeah. Someday I'm going to be so toned, I'm going to have a belly like T-Gunn. You get it?
I get it. You might be as swole as the 12-fingered man over there. You atone enough.
Yeah, anyway.
I don't understand humor.
Well, that's too bad, because I'm a hell of a funny guy.
So, shall we, does this place have, rooms? I mean, is this an inn?
Not really. I mean, they have a, dorm area where you can, some, sleeping mats on the floor that you can rent.
What do you guys think about camping, not in, but close to the fields?
Yeah, we could keep an eye
just
on
to see things perhaps that might be coming, going, or happening throughout the evening.
I ain't opposed to that.
Yes, I think we shall camp for the night. And we will take watch.
Yeah, is there, any sort of be closed now, I'm sure, but this place serves, I'm sure, as the inn and the general store, and if there's such a thing around here.
Right.
But I imagine we either have and or could quickly procure some tarps or various things to create a camp enough environment there right on the edge of...
Yeah, keep the rain off should it start raining or whatever.
Yeah.
So you guys set up a makeshift camp outside the Bitter Heath. Just outside, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll show off a little bit of the magic that I just got at this recent list. So I will, once we get to where we're picking our camp, I'll cast Mold, Earth, and Stone, which effectively lets me take a 4-foot cube of earth and then reassemble it in any sort of fashion that I want to. So, which is a permanent thing. So I'll go ahead and do that and make us a little kind of adobe mud hut thing to stay while we're there.
I didn't know you could do that.
A little Yoda house. Yeah. As you seem to be getting nimbler and faster, I seem to be gaining some more aptitude in this whole magic stuff.
Is this some sort of dwarven magic?
It's natural magic. It comes from the earth itself.
Yeah, which the new gods made. So it's perfectly fine.
As one who inquisits many, and has a long successful history of doing so, this is surely not the first time you've come up against natural magic.
Yes, well, you never know what's hiding as natural. Could be very unnatural.
Well, I tell you...
But I will have to examine it myself.
Absolutely, it's up to code, I'm sure.
Well, you do that, but I ain't hiding anything natural. I'm gonna strip down and get some sleep. Wake me up when it's my watch, eh?
You said you will say your prayers.
I did. I just did. In my mind. I said them. I'm writing them
out loud.
All right, I'll say them. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the new gods my soul to keep. And if I should die before I wake, hey, everybody get drunk at my wake. Mazel tov, I'm going to bed.
That's one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard.
Yes. You may now sleep.
And somebody gonna stay up and keep a watch, or?
I insist on it.
Yeah. I've also got the dwarven dark vision, so I would probably be pretty useful in such an effort. So maybe we could take some watches and such. I also
I will take first watch.
Don't necessarily trust that the Inquisitor is not going to come try to do experiments on my silver body when I'm asleep.
So you're both staying up, and Dirk is going to sleep, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I just he wants to examine the little adobe hut quickly. I don't need to go into any length doing that, but he's gonna smell it and just look over it, make sure there's not any like gross veins going through it or anything, any odor coming off of it.
And I mean, literally, it's just like
I know
made of the earth. So yeah, you don't find anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. Well,
my friend Leoman taught me how to do this, but that's for a story for another time.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't want to hear that story. Any other stories you want to tell me?
But there was a story about how Leoman stole everything he knows from Mordenkainen, but we're not going to get into that either.
You ought to be sleeping.
I can't sleep because you're up talking and sniffing walls and whatnot.
Now, okay, I am done now.
I think story time's over for now. We probably should just keep a watch out here and make sure nothing's going on.
Yes, well, I will only watch part of the night because I do want to make sure I get rest for tomorrow.
Yeah, I as well. I assume I don't know, it's probably, covering 10 to 12 hours of, whatever, so we can split that 6 and 6, or if lazy old Dirk ever wants to get up and take a watch too, then split that up, but...
Yeah, sounds good.
Well, who do you imagine would be awake approximately 2-ish?
We'll give Inquisitor first watch.
Yeah, it depends on what time is it now, and I will probably go, if we're splitting this up, I don't know if I would go to 2 or not. Maybe that's when my shift ends and someone else's shift begins. I don't know.
Well, when you set up the camp initially, it was probably 10, 11. So
that'd probably be my turn. Yeah, I think I'd at least go to 2.
And I'm assuming, unless you tell me otherwise, that you're mostly looking in the area of north towards where the tower is starting to materialize and the bitter heath and stuff, and looking for any more of these apparitions and whatnot.
He's staring at T. No, he's looking at the tower area. Yeah.
So you hear, coming from the south, a woman's voice screaming.
Let me go! Let me go! Let me go! What is this?
And you whip around just in time to see what can only be described as a anthropomorphic wolf rip the throat out of this 3-armed lady. And with its fangs or claws, and then run off into the night.
Wow. I'll wake them up real fast. I saw something. This woman, 3-armed woman, was attacked by a beast, and it ran off, and I'm going to chase it. Follow me.
No, yes, let's go.
Yeah, all right. Hang on. I'm like hopping on one foot, putting my boot on, following.
All right, so you reach the body of the woman, who's dead, obviously.
She's going to be with Herman.
Herbert,
whatever his name, whatever his name was. The guy with the dicks, yeah.
They both have hermits. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, blood just everywhere, and a little bit of a trail of blood leading off in the direction that you saw the creature run. So you have something of a trail anyway.
Yeah.
What does the creature look like? What did you see? What is this?
It was now how much lore would I actually know? Like, would I know that? Because metagamingly, I would probably say it's a werewolf, but I don't know if he would say it's a werewolf, or would he just he might not have seen something like this before.
He would know it as a skin changer.
Okay.
He certainly would have heard of this kind of thing.
It was a skin changer, I'm sure of it. Now, let us go. Follow the blood trail.
Yes, let's go.
All right.
All right, so you follow the blood trail for a while, and it sort of peters out after a bit, and the direction that it led was in the direction of a couple of these houses. So you're not sure if it's like looking for another victim maybe, or what, or exactly which house it went to, but you think it probably either ran off into the wilderness or went into one of these two houses.
Go inquisit.
The houses.
Right behind you.
I'm going to go bust down the door of one of these houses.
Just at random?
Yes.
Okay. You bust down the door of one of these houses, and it's not a large
I've
house.
got you now.
And you see me apparently startle the hell out of this guy. And
You are a skin changer.
he's like, what do you want about then?
Is he wearing clothes?
Yes, but they seem to be a bit ripped.
Explain yourself.
Well, I was sleeping.
A likely story.
Hey, buddy, let us see under your fingernails.
Yeah. There you see some fresh blood on his hand.
Oh boy.
He hasn't had time to.
You will be punished for your crimes against the 3-armed woman.
Yeah, we liked her, kind of,
Well, he's going to change form again immediately, and I think that's possibly a good place to stop.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yep.
We'll have to tune in next week to fight that skin changer.
Yeah, I mean that was a role play heavy episode, so we'll jump directly into combat next time.
Okay.
I wonder if your silver skin affects this.
Yeah, I should just start punching.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out.
We'll have to see.
All right, well, tune in next time to see if they can defeat the skin changer or if it will defeat them. Hint, I think they'll probably kill it.